Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.
Love that bass line.
I'm so excited. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank, I can't remember everybody that wrote in. When we were talking about Taco Bell, and somebody said the enchilada, because you had something when you were a kid called the
Chilito.
The enchilada might be my new favorite thing. It's not on the menu, but you can ask for it and they'll make it. And what it is, it's like a little enchilada. It's got beef and cheese and beans, and then their red sauce, and then cheese, and then they put it in an oven and they melt it, and it comes in a little like dish container thing.
I like
it's
it.
Not wrapped up.
Right. I like it.
Put a lid on it.
Ordering a mojito at a bar. They like look at you like, you really want the enchilada? Fine. Because it's a bit more of a process to manufacture it than anything else on their menu. That's why they don't do it anymore.
You know, our bill was a little bit more than normal. My wife gets, some tacos. I got a couple enchiladas, got the nacho fries because you got to do that. And, our bill was like $18, and I thought that was kind of high. But the enchilada is so good. I got two of them, and it was like the perfect amount.
It's a Taco Bell's version of an enchilada.
And
so
some
good.
nacho fries with an extra cheese sauce. I tell you, it was a pretty good night. But I forgot to tell you about that yesterday. Love the enchilada. I recommend everybody ordering it if you're a saucy guy. If you like the sauce.
Right now, people at Taco Bell are getting ready for their day of work, and they're like, "F this guy."
Yeah, it may not be the easiest thing and the fastest thing for them to make.
Everybody gets one
because there was a huge line of cars.
You get an enchilada, and you get an enchilada,
and
we'll get an enchilada.
It was the longest I've ever sat there at the window after waiting through an entire line of cars, because you figure that whole time you're waiting behind cars, your food is getting prepared, and they're just going to hand it to you when you pull up. Well, with the enchilada, it takes a little bit longer to make.
There's a crafting to the enchilada.
Yeah, it was so good. But did you hear about this dude that his life was saved because he went and asked for more sauce packets? Fire sauce?
No.
So he's at a Taco Bell. He gets up to go get more fire sauce packets. And while he's getting the fire sauce packets, a car comes flying through the restaurant, right through the table where he was sitting, would have killed him. I mean, most likely it took out the wall, the table, and I mean, he probably wouldn't have made it. Pretty amazing story. And it makes me think, I always feel bad about asking for extra fire sauce. I don't know about you. They ask you at the window or at the microphone, at the screen. They're like, "Oh, and would you like any sauce?" This is their new thing. And I get it. Whatever. They're probably trying to track the cost.
I don't ask for extra sauce anymore, because when you ask for extra sauce, sometimes you get people that are like, "Fine, he wants extra sauce. I'm going to give him some extra sauce."
Oh, stop! That's no.
And they give you like 30, and you're like, "What am I going to do with 30 packets of barbecue sauce?"
Well, if you get fire sauce, please bring it, because I save the packets of fire sauce.
Every time I go to Taco Bell, I will ask for more. I will ask for more.
But they ask you at the speaker now, and would you like any hot sauce? And I'm like, yeah. Can I get a big handful of? Or sometimes I'll say, can I get 12 fire sauce? So I get up to the window and I see a bunch of mild in there. I'm like, oh no. I said, you know what? I wanted fire sauce. I'm sorry. She's like, oh no, that's cool. She dug her hand in there. She threw it in there. I'm like, okay. But sometimes they give you a look, and you're just like, you're asking for too much. Come on. It's the reason I come here. All right. It's 50% of the reason why I like Taco Bell is fire sauce.
Do they still have the green sauce?
I don't think so. Didn't you bring that up last week with somebody? I think
Suzanne may have brought it up. It's been a long time since I've eaten Taco Bell.
Yes, somebody was bringing it up, and I remember I didn't ask for green sauce because the Verde sauce, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought that they didn't carry it anymore.
That's horrible.
But it saved this guy's life going back and asking for more fire sauce. He had to get up and leave his table.
Yeah,
and
saved his life, but his dietary decisions probably are going to kill him a lot.
Some 77-year-old guy, he was backing out of his parking spot and shifted the car back into drive. And anyways, he jumped the curb, went right through the restaurant, and would have killed this dude. But he was getting himself more fire sauce. So never feel bad asking for something a little extra, because you never know. It might be happening for a reason.
His life?
Yeah, if he was sitting there, he probably would have died.
It saved his life.
According to this story.
For the time being. He's still eating Taco Bell. He's going to die.
It's like that movie where the guy misses the flight and it explodes. I forget the name of that. There was a There was a few movies made about it.
Oh, Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're eating at Taco Bell, you're just primed for the Final Destination picking.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.